Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 23 of Around with the Boys. Today is Friday, April 30th.
Yep.
How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I had a busy little week.
Yeah?
And,
Why you dressed up?
I had an audition earlier. It was kind of a little more serious of a role, so I had to, I don't know, this is kind of dressing up.
Yeah, it's still wrinkled as shit, though, which is to be expected with you.
Well, yeah. Well, part of it, you know, like the dude woke up like hungover or something like that.
So it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you had to work both angles.
Go well?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I studied for it. I can't say what it is right now.
No.
Because of whatever.
No details.
Well, because
Everyone cross your fingers.
I will say, though, when they send you like one that, you know, you're not supposed to talk about, they send you sides like watermarked with your name on it, like across it. So if you print that shit or anything, like, it's just funny, man.
Wonder who did this one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, fingers crossed. Hope you get it.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man. I hope everyone had a great week out there. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast on all platforms. Follow us on Instagram at AroundWTheBoys, Twitch, Twitter, the whole nine. The YouTube channel is up. The videos are getting posted. Feedback's been great.
Yeah.
It's always a work in progress, but we make it happen from the little...
I mean, how much are these little things?
These little webcams, like, I don't know, $100 a piece, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Whatever. We're making it happen from the little...
They're working.
Little trap studio here.
Yep.
Our Rounders shout out of the week goes to Mallory down in West Palm Beach. What's up, Mallory? We grew up, went to high school with Mallory. She's been a day one fan since we dropped About It.
Yeah, she she featured in one of our songs.
She did. Mm-hmm. That is true, she did. But she still to this day has the mixtape that rides around. She'll send me like Snapchat videos and shit.
Yeah.
And her and her son Sterling are in the car going to baseball or something. And he to see him singing About It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. Street.
Hell yeah.
Hope you're doing well. You also have a package of koozies on the way. Our featured small business this week is my local watering hole behind the house, 7 Mile Post.
It's a great little spot.
I love it. 7 Mile Post is located at 7219 Market Street behind Sour Barn. For all you longtime Wilmingtonians.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It's the old beach house bar, which we went to once.
Yeah, and it looks a lot different now. Way better.
Way cleaner.
Yeah, everything.
That place was like the epitome of
that was just... You want to get in a redneck fight? Go there.
Go there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's popping on Sundays, and they're just watching cars go left over and over. But no, they have local IPAs on draft. You can get a nice IPA, or what do you want, a Cannon Miller Lite? You can get that too. Mm-hmm. You want some wine? They got it. Liquor, the whole deal. Couple pool tables, darts.
TVs everywhere.
Everywhere. They do the NFL Sunday package.
Yeah.
They do have a little kitchen in there. Called Rude Boys Barbecue.
Wait, they got 2 skee ball machines as well.
Yes, they do have skee ball.
And I love skee ball.
Skee ball is great. But yeah, they have a little kitchen in there. It's like a Jamaican jerk style, phenomenal empanadas. Also,
what?
Empanadas. I'm not even going to explain them to you. And really good jerk wings. Their wings are good too. And their outdoor area is sick. They got a stage out there. Dude, they had a band there last Friday night or Saturday night. There was more people there I've ever seen before. I mean, there were cars everywhere.
Damn.
And the band was they were playing like classic 80s.
Shit. That would have been fun.
Yeah, blew it. But they were at capacity because they're still at,
Wait, doesn't that end Friday? Today? Shit.
Does it end today?
I thought they can go full throttle.
Not much of a news guy. Outside you can, I think.
Yeah, that's without a mask. I'm just saying full capacity inside in bars.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
Either way.
It's so confusing.
Regardless, 7 Mile Post is a great joint.
Hell yeah.
I love going there.
Yeah, I wish it was on my side of town.
Yeah, it is on my side of town. Northsiders, Ogden. It's become like the premier place to go.
Yeah, my man can walk to it.
I can. It's awesome.
That's every man's dream, to be able to walk to his local bar.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes from my front door to the bar.
A little exercise, a couple beers.
Yeah, it's enjoyable when you leave. Like, to walk home, you're like, man, that was awesome.
God dang.
Either way, today we are going to talk about significant things that happened on this day in history. There's quite a few of them and some good ones.
Yeah, this was actually a pretty important day.
Really important day. And then we're going to talk about the NFL draft, round 1 that happened last night. We'll get some highlights and some lowlights. And then we're going to finish it off with the land of the fancy hats. sports bet or the horse betting and just a lot of rich people.
Yeah, dude, I wonder if are they having all the fancy.
It is back. That's yeah. So that's like the commercial. It's like it returns. Like get your stuff. Dude. If you go to the website, like the homepage, it's a picture of a chick in a fancy hat with a matching fancy mask.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, you know they're gonna put it all together.
Dude, man, was that you though? We were talking about that one time. Like, there's a guy that lives like right across the street. Just has like a bunch of land and just sells that land for tickets and just makes bank.
I can't imagine
every year.
We'll get to it.
Like, what a gold mine!
What a gold mine! Yeah, no shit. On this day in 1993, one of my favorite things, possibly, one of my favorite things in the entire world was born.
Yeah.
And it's the World Wide Web.
Super nerd.
This is for my fellow nerds out there. This excites me a lot. When you brought this up, I was like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to talk about this shit. So here we go. The World Wide Web launches its public domain on this day in 1993. Computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee releases the code for the world's first web browser and editor. He called that Mesh, was the name of the first web browser. It was dubbed the World Wide Web, which is obviously where we get www from. Real quick, www.aroundwiththeboys.com. Thanks.
Oh, good plug.
He outlined the plan for this network in 1989, developed it over the following years, and released it. The computer he used to make it, this is interesting, was the NEXT desktop, that same computer became the world's first internet server.
Damn.
Which is nuts. Because now you have server rooms the size of warehouses.
Yeah.
That computer, ironically, is an American computer that was released in 1985 by none other than the man Steve Jobs.
Legend.
So Steve Jobs made the components of how to do this, and this guy was like, I can figure out how to broadcast what you're doing on that thing.
Yeah. I just, that's insane that dude, I mean.
How about this? The first webpage was just an outline of how he did it.
Here you go.
Here you go.
That's like fucking Einstein. Like, yeah, here's a theory. Here you go.
Yeah. So, but if you really think about it, this was 26 years ago. 27, I guess, to the day.
Yeah.
That's like not a lot of time. Like, that's quick to go from not having the internet, right? Which, like, fucking Al Gore takes the claim for that.
Yeah, nah.
Fact check.
Yeah, it was definitely this guy. I'm just saying think about what he did literally transformed the world.
The world.
Forever.
Literally, like, as we know, he's the man, Tim.
Yeah.
He's from Switzerland.
Okay. Well,
But was at the the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, I guess, when he did it?
Yeah.
MIT.
Well, it's like, do you think there's no way he could have envisioned what it became?
No.
So this man's like, I'm just trying to exchange information like worldwide, okay, at a fast rate. But dude, just think about like how far we've come from the internet.
Everything is on the internet.
Like I remember specifically, I think I might have talked about it before, I don't know. But like the first time I saw the internet, when my dad got a computer and he was like, look, and he was showing me, I can't remember the exact age, but I think it was before my brother was born. So,
I must
have been 7 and under.
No, you're about right, because I was going to say I was about 9, I think, when I first saw it.
Well, he goes, look, so this here, can take you anywhere in the world, okay? And he's like, look at this as an example, because my dad thinks the pyramids, like when he was growing up, those are like the most interesting thing to him, right? So he goes, look, check this out. He typed in Egypt pyramids. It goes, and there's like a picture of the pyramid. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was?
What do you mean?
Like the internet?
What, the internet? The dial-up?
America Online.
Yeah.
Well, that's what ours was.
Oh, no. Ours was, I don't even know what it was, to be honest with you.
But yeah, it was dial-up on the modem.
That shit was loud.
Loud as shit. So you had 28K modems were the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
Took forever. I mean, it probably took fucking, I remember it 5-6 minutes it taking to literally just log on. That terrible noise.
Yeah.
And then it took I mean, back then you're like, oh, this is so cool. And then instant AOL 3.0, I think, was like when 3.0 came out, like, you've got mail.
Oh,
right?
dude. I mean, they made a fucking movie about it.
America Online 3.0 changed, and they would send those little fucking discs out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Every week you'd have one in your mailbox. But the fact that this man developed this in 1993, well, 89, released it in 93, and now it's the reason that you guys are listening to us.
Yeah, exactly. But then, like, think about, like, so he had to ponder on that, figure all that out, and then, like, got it all together and then made this brilliant thing.
Right. Like, writing code, I took a class on writing code.
Did you?
I did. And I wrote code for a POS, point of sale system.
He's a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, that's
I'm just fucking with you.
For a pizza place.
Oh.
So, like, if you could, like, click the buttons and it would tally up everything, and, you know, like, that was our project, right? We worked on it for a couple months, and that was it. That shit is hard.
Yeah.
For just to ring out a large pizza pie. I can't imagine what this man went through to write code to broadcast to the world.
On, like, some snail-paced technology.
For real. Like, we're talking some tired shit.
But, dude, think about, I was just sitting here thinking, though, like, so the first great invention that we, you know, fire, that once we learned how to control fire, it was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Right, change everything.
So I guess what was the second? The wheel?
The wheel.
Because
that allowed people that mobility. Because the wheel was developed so that they could move, like, goods, right?
Yeah. Transport shit.
Shit. So fire, the wheel, and then...
Yeah, because not like then, if you already tamed a horse, and then you built you something with a wheel. That's, oh, man. But yeah, so the fire, the wheel.
And then I'd probably say the car.
Yeah, well, electricity.
Well, yeah, but that's like...
But then, I mean, then you go back to Roman times, like when they figured out, you know, the aqueducts for, like, plumbing.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
And, like, just how they figured out... There's actually a really good documentary that I was told. It's about, like, this octopus. It's like this guy, like, becomes friends with this... It's a real story. The guy's, like, National Geographic thing, and he goes to, like, this remote place in South Africa. M's parents were telling us about it. And he, like, follows this tribe, and, like, they've learned everything just by watching the land. Over time, they've developed all this shit. He ends up, like, I don't know, I guess shit goes south in his life, ends up free diving one day and seeing this, like, crazy octopus that's, like, smart as hell, and he actually becomes, like, friends with it. I've been told, and from what I've seen on the Twitter, it was just released a couple weeks ago, it's, like, incredible. So I don't know. I'll have to look up the name of it.
This man made friends with an octopus?
Yeah, turns out octopi...
What?
Well, it's not octopussies. It's octopi.
Oh, multiple.
Right.
I thought he made friends with
just one. But what I'm saying is they're incredibly smart, which I had no idea about.
I didn't either. They look...
It looks like you don't even have a brain.
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover.
For real.
Well, actually, if you think about it, it looks like he just has a big-ass brain.
And, like, well, so I guess
like
I remember now. The big thing was that when sharks would come, it would use all 8 of its tentacles to suction on shells and literally build an armor over itself to protect itself from sharks.
Is that just this particular octopus?
Yeah.
So, all right. So he is friends with a smart-ass octopus that remembers who he is. So just kind of like that the dude who tamed that lion or, like, raised the lion and released it in the wild, and then came back and saw it and it hugged him.
Right.
Dude, what the fuck?
It's just crazy. But regardless,
yeah.
What I'm saying is learning, like, throughout life and then the internet, now, like, you used to have to go out and, like, experience things to learn things. But you didn't got to leave the house. You can see anything, be anything, which is, listen, the internet is the best and worst thing about this society. It's a fact.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that it fucking changed everything.
Yeah, it definitely changed everything. And the internet, like with the last episode, we were talking about, are we in a, you know, simulation or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, the internet is a form of, like, you got different personalities on there. Like,
yeah.
I'm saying you yourself turn into somebody else on the internet.
Right.
Like, it's a whole different ball game. And then when you're looking at that, you're in that alternate reality doing all this other shit, but it has no consequence of the physical world out here.
I
mean, that's fucking...
It's crazy. And like not only like the internet, you use it for research and like to see shit and whatever. Gaming would be obsolete.
Oh, for sure.
If it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, like, because you go buy your gamer tag, dog. Hardened to paint, 10. That's mine.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like our internet, our wire got cut the other day.
Yeah.
By what's it called, an edger, right? They're cutting the yard and all. And so we only had, but for some reason, we had like 45 channels. Mm-hmm. Just like when we were growing up, you had like 70 channels,
71 or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you had.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Right. So it's just kind of amazing how.
And everything uses the internet now, like telephone line.
Yeah,
it's pretty obsolete, right? Like my desk phone right here is connected via a Cat 5 cable.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is like now eventually, like you don't need cable.
No, you don't.
The internet is
cord cutters, dude.
Internet is literally everything you need,
mm-hmm.
and that's what's kind of scary because I don't know if I like that for society. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have to, like, you don't have to leave your house for groceries, for takeout food. You don't have to. I mean, think about it.
You don't have to leave your house,
and I don't think that's good.
No.
What say you?
That's what I'm saying. It's the best and worst thing to happen to society.
True.
Right? And like the internet never forgives.
Yeah.
And once you do something on the internet, it's there forever.
Forever, for sure.
So don't blow it.
Yeah. My thing is, I just don't think, I hate how you literally have a vast, like, information database at your hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, that is a shame.
You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, like, you could literally research everything.
Yeah, I mean, you could see these, like, rich people now.
But instead, you're sitting there taking some, like, fucking selfie for fucking Instagram.
You get likes on the gram.
You're doing all this kind of shit, but, like, dude, you could be... There's all kind of shit you could do.
I mean, like, the reason that this is all happening is because I spent a couple hours on YouTube and Google figuring out how to do all this. And here we are. I mean, listen, Cuban, all these big dudes, like college. Fuck college. Just go on YouTube and Google, man. You want to learn how to do something? Use the internet.
True. And then shit, you can go to college on the internet.
Fuck. Goddamn, how about that?
You know what I'm saying?
Two birds stoned at once.
I'm jealous of them birds.
Oh, shit. So the internet, shouts out to our guy, Tim, from Switzerland, because he changed everything. He's the man. Moving on. On this day, in 1948, the original Land Rover debuted.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So those of you out there who have a Land or Range Rover, this is pretty cool. I had one. Among who knows what number car that was. I've had like 11.
I think that was number 6 or 7.
Regardless, it was known as the Series 1. It was designed by Maurice Wilkes, who was the head designer of the British car company Rover. You know why he designed it?
Why?
Because he lived on a farm, and he had a Jeep that he used for his farm truck, and he said it was unreliable.
Oh.
So he wanted to design a more reliable vehicle similar to the Jeep.
Damn, dissed all you Jeepers out there.
Yeah, dude, all you Jeep lovers out there. God damn, and they're like
They probably just turned this shit off.
Yeah, dude. Like,
don't they have like a little hand wave or?
The Jeep wave, the Wrangler wave.
What's that? What's it look like?
You just like wave, I guess.
They don't have a specific one?
Nah, like they always argue like, oh, everyone gets Jeeps because you can customize it. Every single one.
Oh, is that it? I just thought it was like the commercials with like the Jeep like climbing over rocks. Different? You know, like doing shit like that, like a spider.
You know how their Jeeps are different?
What?
They just all depends on where you put your Dave Matthews Band sticker.
And I hate Dave Matthews.
Oh shit. God. Anyways, in the beginning, check this shit out. So in the beginning, seat cushions, doors, heat, and a spare tire were considered add-ons.
Damn.
So you had to pay extra to get that shit.
So my man just built a Land Rover.
He just built like a skeleton farm truck, basically.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah, and now, obviously, it was well received by the company and the public. And by 1976, 1 million Land Rovers had been sold. The Range Rover, the luxury edition, chilling in the range, was dropped in 1970 as their luxury
really?
edition.
1970?
Yeah, as the luxury edition.
Wow.
And listen, like Land Rovers and Range Rovers are like, they're nice. Right?
Yeah.
Like I had a 2003 Land Rover Discovery 2, which was sick. It had 2 sunroofs, right? It was leather, all-wheel drive.
Dude, we went so hard in that thing.
We went so hard
because that was right after. Wasn't that after?
So the
baby commercial thing.
Yeah, when I inherited the money from Little Tykes.
Yeah.
And I bought this. I was driving the '93 Bronco actually, and the rear end was like rusted out.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. I sold it for $500, which is like the worst mistake I've ever made in my life. The guy showed up. The kid showed up. He's like, "I have a battery with me. If I put this battery in here and it turns on, I'm gonna hand you $500 cash and I'm out." And I was like, "Okay." He changed the battery, fired right up. He handed me the money and left. That kid was a welder, and he redid the rear end, got it all right. I saw it like 3 or 4 months later. I saw him at a gas station, and I was like, "Dude, looks sick." He's like, "Man, I'm sorry." I was like, "Nah, dude, it's cool. I came into money. You came into this. It's people helping people." And he turned that thing out. It's sick. Still around town. But either way, I only had the Land Rover for 9 months. I was driving home one day. Started vibrating hard as shit. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I pulled over, and in the Jeep dealership, which is ironic.
Oh.
And I get out, I look underneath, nothing. It was right there, like right before the exit on the market on College Road.
Yeah.
So I get back, I take the exit, and I make it to the Toyota dealership then. And dude, it felt like and sounded like someone shot a missile through my floor.
Dude,
so the U brackets, I was so mad. That was the night of the Jersey Shore party.
Yeah.
So the U brackets on the drive shaft broke, and the drive shaft shot up through the transmission and then through my rear floorboard. I turned around and saw it coming through the floorboard in the backseat. That was the end of that one.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But dude, and like I was saying that night, dude, because you were mad as fuck.
Bro, I was like, you don't understand how mad.
But I was like, dude, you could have been killed. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. The thing coming up through the floorboard.
Yeah, and like
spear.
What's even crazier is being in the driver's seat going 20 miles an hour and having zero control of anything.
Oh, I've been there, bro.
Like, I had to pull the e-brake, and then I get to the Toyota dealership, and I look underneath it, and it's like a waterfall of fluids, dude. I mean, the oil, the transmission fluid, everything was just pouring out the bottom.
God.
Just mark it up, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because that was, my man has gone through some vehicles like nobody's business, dude. Like shoes.
Yeah, my dad cursed me.
Oh, he handed
God
it down?
rest his soul, but he cursed my ass.
Handed it
and
down?
I thought when my dad passed in 2018, I was like, maybe this is the death of the car curse.
Oh.
It wasn't.
It was not at all.
Kind of still have his last name. But that's okay. Fun fact, Prince Philip?
Yeah.
He was transported to his gravesite in a custom Land Rover hearse that he designed with the head of Land Rover. It's pretty, and it's not like a nice luxury one that you think. It's like a restored, almost army style.
So this man designed the car that's going to take him to the grave.
Yeah, correct. That's correct.
That's boss.
Yeah, I mean,
and then like you say that, and that makes me curious. Like, what else did he go ahead and plan out? I bet he had all kinds of shit. Like,
yeah, who knows? But the truck itself or the hearse it doesn't. I don't know. It's cool. I'll put a picture up.
It looks kind of old school.
It does. Like I said, it looks like a restored army vehicle.
Yeah, but
it's badass. It's like forest army green,
dude. Maybe
blacked out with black tires and shit.
Maybe he did that to like as tribute to the original kind of deal.
Yeah, I think he did it as a tribute. Well, I mean, it's British.
Yeah, because he contributed in World War II.
Right. I think it was that's probably what he wrote in or drove in
or something similar, and then like that came out and that was the real deal. Who the fuck knows, man? That would be interesting to really dig in on that.
Yeah, because I mean, let's look at the years here. 1948.
We keep bringing Philip back from the grave.
Yeah. Welcome back, Philip. But yeah, so he went out in style and that thing, pretty cool. On this day, 1897, hit us.
Dude, all right.
All right, here, you want me to tell
No. I'm just going to go ahead and put out there, I did not do well in chemistry at all.
Bro, science, I am trash.
Dude, all right, so to be fair to everybody who was in that chemistry class, 'cause I'm not going to say the teacher's name, a lot of scenes were caused in that class. Like, a lot of shit went down. Like, I mean, but anyway, she was the oceanography teacher, and then they decided this next semester, oh, well, you got to teach chemistry. She didn't know chemistry.
Yeah.
And then they expected to teach it to us, and it's like, dude, nah. So anyway, with that being said, I don't know shit about it, but I know it's important. April 30th, 1897, British physicist J.J. Thomson discovers electrons. He discovered that atoms were made up of smaller components. So
J.J. Thomson, you know who I wish we had here? Marshall Thomason.
Yeah.
To explain to us what the. Listen, I know like electrons and atoms are important, and that's like what makes up whatever. That's about it.
Yeah, what I think. Well, shout out to Marshall, which by the way, he listens to the show, and he's one of our good buddies we grew up with.
Yeah.
Knew him in middle school, high school, college, and then he moved back here and all that kind of stuff. But this man reads physics for fun. Like he is.
Back to the internet thing.
Yeah.
This man bought a book on how to code, read it in one weekend, and then coded and designed a website for his wife in like a week and a half. That's the scope of Marshall.
Yeah, and he also developed something called Link Puddle. That he did some innovative shit before, like other webs, like search engines like that came out and stuff like that. He was
because he did Link Puddle like years ago, 5-6 years ago, and then Linktree came out 2 years ago, and I was like,
I mean, he was ahead of the curve by miles, and he coded it himself and he like literally built
a book that he bought.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So he's a genius. So Marshall could probably come on here and bend our ear about that. But what I'll say about that is like, it's crazy to me now to think about it. Like, so that guy back then, he's like, okay, we figured out there's atoms. Yeah, that's great. And then he's like, but what makes the atom? It's like, well, no shit. So if everything else in life is like, like we talked about,
you just keep going down the the wormhole.
Yeah, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Right.
And then vice versa. But I don't know. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, and I mean,
and the fact that like if you really break it down to molecular level, this is what we're talking about. Like you could see through yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you break it down all the way. I mean, we're talking. I don't even know the measurement for that, but
too much breaking it down in science class for my head to wrap around it.
Yeah,
I took fucking geology in the study of rocks in college just to pass to get science credits.
No, I heard that. I don't even know what I took.
I had to have taken something.
Really?
Probably. I mean, no, maybe not. I don't know. I took that class at Cape Fear.
I don't know. I probably blacked out through the whole thing and just got out of there. So anyway, dude, that's the.
Me and the other classmates just cheated off each other. We'd take pictures of the rocks beforehand. And
dude, I think like, yeah, I just needed
because everyone needs to know what these fucking rocks are.
Like, yeah, who gives a shit? Kick rocks, literally.
Seriously,
get out of here.
But yeah, electrons. He discovers electrons, which sounds important. So that's cool. What's the next one you got for us?
Well, so here's something I think we're all thankful for, especially if you live in this region. The Louisiana Purchase.
Big time.
That settled on this day back in 1803. So what that really meant was America doubled in size.
Right.
Just like that with a signature.
Yeah, that was like the with that signature and that deal that old Tommy J negotiated basically turned us into what we like. That was like, all right, we're here to stay. Like yeah. we're about to fucking do this.
So like you do that and then you're going, all right, we're going the rest of the way west. We're going from sea to sea at that point. That's automatic mindset.
Yep. So that covered the land between Mississippi and the Rockies, excluding Texas and parts of New Mexico. Because Texas at the time was just a U.S. controlled territory.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, like it was already, we were out there.
Right. Some of it was Mexico too.
But this shit, we had to deal with Napoleon. We had to do all that kind of stuff.
That little short son of a bitch.
Hey man, he wreaked some havoc, dude.
Yeah. And
that's crazy too, man. To look back on all the great generals.
He had a fancy hat too.
Fuck yeah, he had a fancy hat. Little bastard, he had to do something. He says, I'm gonna take over the world and wear a fancy ass hat.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
How tall was he?
I bet he'd go to the Kentucky Derby. How tall was he?
In that hat.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they had to have.
No, I'm saying he would go to Kentucky Derby in that hat. and his fancy suit and shit.
Oh yeah.
With like the ruffles.
I'm just saying Napoleon.
It looks like he's got bed sheets coming out of his chest.
Dude, we got a sick ass little lamp at the house. This it's just Napoleon, like his bust. You know what I mean? Like with a light bulb coming out the top of it.
Oh yeah. That old ass lamp.
Yeah, it's fucking classic, dude.
Damn, you have to take a picture so I can put it in the video.
Yeah, I shall. Hopefully it'll turn out all right.
Check this out.
Yeah, hit me with the numbers on the acreage here.
Yeah, so the U.S. paid $15 million for 828,000 acres in 1803. So what that means is that we got an acre for $18.12 an acre.
That is
It's stupid.
Insane.
It's stupid, dude. That's the price of a good 6-pack of beer.
Dude, dude, yeah, for sure. You know, like, damn, no, I'm thinking about it now, but we should have looked up. It's like, it's probably on the internet somewhere. How much is that land worth now? And then,
Well, it differs
plus,
per region now,
but exactly. But I'm just saying, from your original purchase, like, the American government bought that, you know, if it's still, like,
I'm sure someone's done the research.
yeah, but that's
into
just
it.
wild. How many times did you flip that money, like, in all that land?
Dude,
That's what I'm
too many times.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Dude, that's
Cheap.
yeah, it's cheap, dude. Well, then again, at the beginning when we first came over here, so like the deal. So my last name is Rackley,
Mhm.
right? So our family was like one of the first. They were like an indigent servant on these one of the pilgrims coming over here. Like they rode the boat over, or this guy.
The Mayflower, the Santa Marina.
It wasn't
the
that. It wasn't.
Pinta,
No,
the La Nina,
I think it was a little bit either after that. But rode it over here, and then the deal back then was, if you survived as an indigent servant, because people came over here, dude, got sick, starved, froze, you name it, dude.
Oh, yeah, the survival of the fittest.
Tough, you know what I mean? So if you survived, you were granted by like the English, like a little scotch of land, or little scotch of land anywhere like south, right? So that's how came down here. Now think about that. Like, it's the same deal. Louisiana Purchase. Like, that'd be interesting to see. Like, okay, you have somewhat of a. Then you have to go. You got the maps, right? And then you're just like, okay, I got that, and you just buy land, and you don't know what the hell's on it.
Yeah.
But you're just going. Like, imagine that. Like, you're the indigent servant. Like, okay, you survived 5 years, 7 years, whatever it was. Here you go. Here's some land. Oh, it's that way on the map. Good luck.
Figure it out.
Yeah, and you just start walking.
And like,
how fucking nuts is that?
You just show up and you're like, well, I mean, you ain't got a bush. You don't have a bush hog. No lawnmowers. No weed eaters.
Bro, you ain't got nothing.
You have nothing.
And then to top it all off, here comes the Indian. They look at you. You look at them. You're freaked out. They're freaked out. Then you got to deal with that. And then there's, you got friendly ones, non-friendly ones, like da-da-da-da.
Life is crazy back then.
But think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not like getting into the whole Indian debate. I'm just saying,
no,
from perspective of, you show up, you just crossed the ocean, threw up all over the fucking place.
You're in this foreign area. They tell you to, here you go. Yeah. Here's your shit. Good fucking luck.
Yeah.
And now you're face to face with these people that you've never seen in your life.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. What?
Like, that's a problem.
Dude, it's literally like the alien thing.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Hello? Right?
Yeah.
They're like peeking out from the trees like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And listen, you don't want to cross them, right? They'll fuck you up.
They know this
That's
land.
their shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I just think it's crazy, like, because I always say, I'm a big history guy, but like how different life was just 30 years, 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Pre-internet, pre all that shit. And then you go back to there, it's like how your ancestors, like people back in the day were tough as shit.
Super tough.
Literally the strongest survived, man. Like, period.
Yeah.
Talk about COVID, man. People were dying, like, caught a cold, checked out. You know what I'm saying?
Dysentery.
Fuck it. Yeah. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Shit is nuts. But, none of that is possible.
Oh.
If on this day in 1789, George Washington is sworn in as the first American president and delivers the first presidential inaugural address.
Oh, GW.
I know this one gets you fired up.
I'm just saying, like, dude, he's the father of the country, man. I mean, if you think about it, like, the lessons, I mean, I'm sure people are like, oh, well, he owned slaves, he did this, that, and the other. Yeah, but, like, he's still the moral thing. He received power and let it go. Yeah. He stepped down.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, he had two terms, like, because...
Like, listen, everyone does some bad shit, but...
Well, but dude, but back then, I mean, then you can go into the whole historical debate of the context of time. Okay.
All we're saying is, this is the first president.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's GW, chopping down cherry trees, admitting to it, becoming a fucking president.
And he was a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he was like 6'3".
Compared to, like, the average height back then, which was small.
Yeah, he was a big dude, and, like, honestly, one of the coolest stories, like, see, the thing about old GW, he was loyal to the British at first, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, because England ruled over here, so you're like, okay, yeah, and then he became a revolutionary because they basically, Like he helped out the French Indian War and all that shit. That goes back to the legend of George Washington. Like he charged into battle and got shot. Like the Indians shot him 6 times or something like that. But like he didn't get hit. It's just the bullet holes are all in his clothes. And the Indians, I can't remember what they called him, but they called him like a mythical person.
Yeah.
Because they were like they were right there on him, and then boom, you know. So, but anyway, that's one little
Curtis
story.
Jackson.
Yeah. Something like that. But anyway, so he goes on like to be like he rising in the ranks, but then they go, well, you were born over here, so nah, you're not getting promoted anymore. It's over. Take your spot, know your spot, because like people born here were second-class British citizens. You know what I'm saying? They were looked down upon. You're colonials, like or colonists, whatever. Like you're not true English. So anyway, he resented that shit, and then that kind of got the ball rolling. To
I was like, he's like, so it's it's kind of like, oh wait, you're not gonna make me the starting QB, fine. I'm gonna go to your rival, and then I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Well, shit. It's not even that. You're just gonna form your own team.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was form your own team because it wasn't a rival.
Yeah, not at all. It's like, dude, he, but you do all this shit, you fight, do all this stuff, and then they're just like, fuck you, because you can never go further because of who you are and where you're from. And it's like, okay. And then all the other shit happens over time, like British, like being strict about this and that, being the whole story. Like the rest is history.
Yeah.
As they say.
The rest is history. Well, man, yeah, and Louisiana Purchase doesn't happen without that.
Oh, we don't have
the internet.
True, and then we don't have like great music.
All of it, freedom.
Wow. Anyway,
I mean, the British have freedom, but you know what I'm saying,
dude. I mean, I get what you're saying, and also
the last little thing, which we're not going to spend much time on because there's only like one thing to say. On this day in 1945, Hitler kills himself like the little bitch that he fucking was.
He sure was, man. This dude, he planned like 1,000-year Reich, and
what a pussy, dude. He does all that shit and then kills himself.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Moving on, NFL draft. Last night, man, I thought was like one of the more exciting drafts in recent times.
Yeah.
Just because like it was just a stacked draft. And I mean, last year was kind of weird, like everyone being virtual, right? This year they were all there.
Give me a beer.
Not all of them. Yeah, sure. Goodell is just still such a bitch. You see his stupid chair he had on the stage?
Yeah. So
that's the chair he sat in last year in his man cave or whatever.
Okay, good. I was gonna ask you like what that was about because Taylor was at the house. And we were watching the Braves game. We had the Braves game on, and the draft below the TV. So I saw it, but there was no volume, so I had no context to all these people sitting in the chair.
Yeah. So that chair was the chair that Goodell sat in last year on the virtual draft in his man cave. And so it was like, oh, yeah, he kept ranting, oh, this is my favorite chair. It's like, dude, you're just a fucking dweeb. The chair looks not that comfortable. It doesn't even recline. Just a leather chair. That looks like it belongs in like a library.
Yeah,
it's Buzz Killington's library.
It's the kind of chair you don't sit in.
Yeah,
it's just in the library because it looks good.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the Pardon My Take dudes touched on it, and PFT was he was killing me, but it was like his pick of the hot seat. He's like, the chair's so stupid. I can't wait to see what his dumbass does with the chair. But regardless, Trevor Lawrence went first. We all knew that.
Yep.
We all knew it was happening. The Jags, I thought. Was cool is that they picked Travis Etienne or Etienne, however you want to say it, who was the Clemson running back with Trevor Lawrence. So the Jags had 2 picks last night. They took Trevor and then they picked up Travis.
I think that's genius.
Later in the first round, which is like, damn, you don't have to worry about these 2 dudes meshing, right? Like, because I think the thing is with a new quarterback, especially a number 1 pick, you know the job is yours going into it.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
To have basically your right-hand man who's either always standing next to you or behind you be the guy that you've already been with for how many years is big time. And like Urban Meyer, right? Yeah. College coach, new coach for them. Listen, the way Trevor Lawrence plays and how that goes down, Urban Meyer has coached against him.
Yeah.
And I think he's very, very excited to now be coaching him.
I just think it's pretty interesting. Like, that doesn't happen that often though.
No, that's
because I mean, dude, that's for Trevor Lawrence and the running back for like, dude, that's great. Because like I remember, shout out to Cam again, but like when me and him left here and went to play at Soccer Gardner Webb, like, dude, I had it.
It makes you so much more comfortable, right?
Hell yeah, because I had a backup
Exactly.
at all times, and he had one too. Like we could rely on each other, and it's like, boom, you walk in there, and all he's gonna kill it, man. I think he's gonna
that
do great.
initial mental wall of like, oh, I'm new here, is not there.
Dude, it's a confidence builder, man. Like because that's what. Oh yeah, we'll get into it, but
So yeah, I mean, obviously a great pick for them.
Mm-hmm.
My next highlight is my boys, the Niners at number 3.
Yeah, I saw your little video, man. You're pretty jacked about that.
I was fucking jacked that we took Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing the last 2 weeks is Shanahan talking about Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Now look, I'm not saying Mac Jones isn't a good player. He wasn't going to fit how we do things in San Francisco. I'll put it to you like that. And I also think he's a huge dweeb. But with that being said,
yeah,
everyone's thinking, well, I guess the whole thing was, no one knows who they're taking. No one knows, right? And from what I read, Shanahan really wanted Mac Jones. The rest of the organization did not. I think it's all just a huge fucking mind game as it was. But if we don't take Trey Lance or Justin Fields here, I'm going to be pissed. I'd have taken either one.
Mm-hmm.
And when they said Trey Lance, I was fucking jacked. Now look, I know he's only thrown like 350 passes or some bullshit, whatever. Yeah. He's only played 17 games in college. That's fucking fine and dandy. The NFL is comprised of the best scouts and the best of the best coaches. If scouts can look at someone, tape, and go, wow, I love it. I watched the interview on Scott Van Pelt after the draft last night, which was late. He interviewed Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, right? And Kyle Shanahan was like, I couldn't get enough of his tape. I just kept watching, and Van Pelt's like, well, what little tape you had? And he goes, doesn't matter. Like, everything is there. He is a specimen, like a physical fucking specimen. I think he is a complete Colin Kaepernick. Like a complete. Kid's got mechanics, his throwing mechanics, awesome. Speed, strength, his brain through the roof. Kid's smart as shit.
Well, isn't the not enough games played the whole? Maybe not. We don't know if he's that smart.
Yeah, maybe so. But his
he
pro
hadn't had
day,
as many chances to make bad decisions.
The Niners spent the most time at his pro days, the most time at his workouts, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. I trust, because of what I've read and what I've seen, and there are fans who are bloggers who know a shit ton about the sport, and everyone's pushing for it, right? And you got to think, like, you got to have trust in your scouts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're taking a quarterback at number 3, this is your guy, and you have to trust that. And I think they made the right pick.
Well, good. I mean,
time will tell, obviously.
Obviously, that's but I mean, hey, I'm glad you're happy about it.
Phew, man. And I know we took Nick Bosa 2 years ago. Sorry. And that was an awesome pick. I mean, that set the tone for the defense.
Yeah.
But now we needed that offensive guy. And we still want to keep Jimmy, right? So Trey Lance, he's not going to play this year. He'll learn. And Jimmy will still run the show. But I couldn't be happier about it.
Yeah. Building for the future.
The next one that I really liked, the Bears. The Bears took Justin Fields. And I like this because Bears fans, you feel bad for him. It's fucking cold as shit up there in Chicago.
Yeah.
Their team is always doing some stupid shit at the quarterback position. It's just like Mike Glennon and Mitch Trubisky and like all these fucking guys that never do anything shit. Then they pick terrible, like, if they would have picked Mac Jones, I thought the Bears fans would have flipped their shit.
They probably would have.
I was like Big Cat too, right? I was watching him, watching some other guys, and when they said Justin Fields, they lost it. They're jacked because Justin Fields is a baller.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt. He played up at Ohio State, so he's kind of used to that cold shit. But yeah, I have the Bears on here just because I feel kind of good for the Bears fans.
Well, props to them.
Duh, Bears. and Ditka.
So, long live Ditka.
Yep. As far as like
we ate at his steakhouse, didn't
we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, dude, that place is amazing.
Ditka's amazing. Remember the guy was singing Sinatra up there?
Yeah. I mean, we were having, at that point, I wasn't having red. When he started singing that, I got red wine.
You have to.
You have to, immediately.
The best thing at Ditka's Steakhouse are the pot roast nachos.
Yeah,
if you're ever in Chicago and you go to Ditka's Steakhouse, get the fucking pot roast nachos.
It's a must.
It's like the gourmet of nachos.
Dude, yeah, we almost caused it. We were eating it aggressively.
Yeah, and there were a lot of us up there, but they get that all the time.
Yeah, I
know. As far as like non-position players go, the Chargers got, I think, the best offensive tackle in the draft. A guy named Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. He is a stud offensive tackle. Massive. You want to talk about, like, you know how some dudes are just chiseled? Like, you look at that guy, you're like, holy fuck, like, how is that dude?
Like Greek god kind of deal.
That's him. And he's 6'4", like 270, and no, he's 6'4", 295.
I was about to say, he's got to be more than 270.
295, 300, something like that. But, like, just because you see big offensive linemen and they're big, but they can move well. This dude is just, it's insane. But the Chargers got him, which last year, as we saw, right, when the team doctors fucking punctured Tyrod's lung before the game.
How insane was that?
Crazy. Justin Herbert, the new pick, gets thrown in there, ends up being great. I mean, there was a few games that he fell short, but for a guy who was supposed to learn all year to get thrown in the mixer literally like 25 minutes before the game started.
Yeah.
And then perform like that for the rest of the year like that. I mean, he is going to be good. And so now they have a guy that is going to be protecting his blind side, which, listen, you get a good tackle to protect your quarterback's blind side, it adds longevity to his career. It's a fact.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a fucking fact.
Look at, what's his name? Bengals guy just.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe Burrow, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, look at that.
Got destroyed.
Very good example of why you needed a great offensive line.
Yeah. And they picked a fucking wide receiver. Whatever. My last highlight. I don't know how this motherfucker does it. Bill Belichick. Sitting there. And the quarterback that he wants, the white dweeb, falls to him at 15. How the fuck? He was even discussing trading up to 10 or 11, the Patriots were, to get, they wanted Mac Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get him. Didn't do it. Didn't need to. This fucking guy, like, I understand the Patriots were fucking bad, but everyone goes through a rebuilding year. They weren't bad the previous 18 fucking years. So let it go. They're going to keep Cam, which is, again, for this guy to learn, which is good. But, like, how the fuck does he do that? How does Bill Belichick do that?
I don't know, but I bet this guy
like,
starts, though.
You think?
Yep. Why not? You just said, like,
Because they have Cam Newton for $750,000. Why are you going to hurt your fucking first
I don't know. Put him out there.
No. I think let him get acclimated and then put him out there.
Oh, fuck it. I don't know, man. Just give me something to watch.
Yeah, you can watch Cam Newton.
But regardless, though.
You can watch Cam Newton short throws.
Now that I'm, like, actually looking at your list here, I don't see Dallas or the Panthers on here.
I forgot to add Dallas. Dallas's pick was very good. They took the linebacker from Penn State, right?
Yeah, I was kind of, that's what I'm saying. I was leaning on you for that. But, yeah, they took a linebacker because we needed one. Because our other guy is just.
Sean Lee retired.
Yeah.
Great career.
Dude.
And, like.
He had a lot of heart.
Oh, so much heart. And that's the thing. Like, that guy never got, like, the recognition. I mean, he got recognition, but, like, he wasn't like the Bill Romanowskis or, like, the Ken Norton, right? Like, this dude, he had so many injuries because he played so fucking hard.
Yeah, dude, this man would go hard as fuck, get hurt, heal back, go hard as fuck.
He wouldn't learn,
repeat. I mean, the dude was an animal out there.
Great player.
And just, I mean, yeah, if you go that hard and just really don't give a shit and you're mashing, I mean, yeah, you're not going to play that long.
You're not going to play that long. The Panthers are on here. They're on the lowlights section. On to the lowlights. The Jets. Like, look.
But we are going to touch on the Panthers. Right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
The Jets. The Jets took Zach Wilson at number 2, the BYU quarterback. Not really a lowlight. I think it's a personal lowlight. The kid looks like he's 14. years old. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Also, Adam Gase is the world's worst. I mean, he ruins quarterbacks. It's like fucking proven. And it's the goddamn Jets. Like,
yeah, who also have like a cursed field. Everybody got hurt there last year.
Everyone.
Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to get out there.
The Giants also have the same field because they use the same thing.
Did people get hurt in their games?
Yeah, the Niners, that's what destroyed us last year.
Yeah.
That game.
Yeah, they had officials come out and like it.
We played there 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row we played there.
That's right.
Because we
Jimmy
came.
G got hurt. Yep, I remember now.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's the fucking.
I think I had him in a lineup.
That 2 week stretch destroyed the Niners, which allowed us to get a decent draft pick. I mean, we traded up to get the third pick, but regardless, either way. So that's just whatever. The Packers. Okay. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be there. We get it. There was even murmurs of him being traded to San Francisco, us giving up the third pick for that shit. I would have fucking shit myself. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Fame quarterback. He's great. Fine. How many years does he have left? 2? 3?
Yeah, 3.
He's not on the fucking Tom Brady regimen because
no.
I just seen a video of him in the back of a pickup truck drinking Bud Light.
Yeah.
Tom Brady doesn't do that shit.
Hell no.
So
I'd say 4 years, like max.
Max.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we didn't do that. But here's the thing. If you're the Packers, now the whole thing with Aaron Rodgers that everyone knows, over the last 10 years, he has asked the Packers organization to please get him a weapon with the first pick, their first round pick. Please, get me a weapon. Do you know the last time they drafted a wide receiver in the first round?
Negative.
2003. Now, you have your Hall of Fame franchise QB demanding he wants out. I, as a GM, am going to do anything in my right to save him, to convince him to stay with the team. Maybe draft a stud wide receiver. There were plenty of stud wide receivers on the board. And what did they take?
What? Yeah.
A corner. A fucking cornerback. Like, are you kidding? It was pick 29, so it was towards the end of the draft, and I'm like, Elijah Moore is still available, who I can't believe he's still available. I think he's the best slot receiver in the draft out of Ole Miss. And I'm like, oh my God, you get Rodgers, a guy like that, or maybe one of the big dudes out. I mean, they already had Devontae Adams. Like, get a fucking slot guy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And they pick a corner. I said, that's it. Rodgers gets traded tonight.
See, I thought he wanted a long-term deal.
No, he wants out. He's
out,
done.
Like, period.
Out. Get me out.
Well, where do you think he'll go?
He wants to go to the Bay Area. That's where he's from. So the Niners were his first pick, and then the Raiders and Chargers, and then Denver. And now, all the murmurs were Denver.
Yeah, because Denver picked. God, who did they pick?
I don't know.
It was something of no
Yeah, it was
value.
a non-position player. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they do have him coming over.
Well, and that was the whole thing. The Packers didn't, right? Because they were going to use, if they were going to trade him last night, they would have done it to get a higher draft pick, and they didn't. And as the draft went on, I'm like, fuck, because I wanted to see it, right? I mean, that's huge. That's a Hall of Fame quarterback. And they didn't do it, so I was like, shit. And so I hope it happens tonight. We'll see.
Maybe.
Because, listen, that man has delivered Super Bowl trophies. He's asked very nicely to draft a fucking weapon. And you just don't do it. It's just disrespect. So now if he wants out, you let him go.
Well, if you're listening and you're from, or you're just a Green Bay fan, let us know what you think.
Yeah, Sean, Elliott, I know how your cheeseheads are. Can't wait to take some more money off y'all's asses this year too, bitch. Okay, and the last one, the Panthers.
Womp womp.
Listen, a lot of Panthers fans did not like this pick. Did not. Because it's a cornerback, right? Who did you want?
Dude, I didn't want...
I think they should have taken an offensive lineman.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
know.
know.
Sam Darnold.
Exactly. I was going to say offensive lineman, but then my rebuttal to that, or not rebuttal, but my add-on to that was I don't know many offensive linemen's names, so I have no idea. But I was going to say, he needs to be protected because up there at the Jets, he was not protected at all.
Exactly. So no one really knows.
So let's go, because
what
I'll be honest,
Sam Darnold was capable of.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, we have some decent receivers, man.
Yeah, you got Robbie Anderson, who Darnold played with.
Yeah, so why not protect him?
And Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
all that shit's handled. Get the guys. Get the.
And I'm sitting there going and they're showing this dude's highlights. I mean, dude, cool for him. I mean, that's fucking awesome. I'll never get to experience that, so I'm happy for you, bro. But dude, there was one interception on the whole thing, on his highlights, one, and it was a gimme pick. You know how they do the 10 or so highlights when somebody gets. So he had one, and it was a gimme one. He just the dude ran the wrong route, and it came right in his hands. The other ones were him breaking it up at the last second. That's great, but it's dude, it looks standard issue.
But they show those highlights because of how well he stays on wide receivers, which is a point. Because allow me to break this down,
please.
I thought it was a good pick for you guys. He went to South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
J.C. Horn. So he's somewhat local. The Panthers last year finished with a franchise record worst 7 total interceptions on defense. Worst year in the Panthers franchise for interceptions. On top of that, they also allowed the highest completion percentage on throws outside the numbers. On the outside, which is where you need your corners.
Yep.
At 71%. Ugh. They also allowed the highest average target separation in the NFL. They led the NFL in highest yards of separation between the wide receiver and the corner at 3.71 yards. I'm sorry. That's 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's 10 feet between the corner and the wide receiver. So they're getting burnt. And they showed all those highlights last night of my man not getting fucking burnt.
Okay.
Which is why they did that.
I hear you. I don't know.
I know it wasn't I get it. Everyone wanted to.
I would have preferred them do the offensive tackle versus.
Yeah,
that.
I think so too. And that's what Jordan said. Jordan said.
Because I mean, dude, there's. I'm just saying.
He said, "I don't love it, but I like it," and that's fine. Bolster defense, but
if I was him, dude, I mean, obviously the guy, he's gonna look on the internet and see everybody bitching about it. So, that's called motivation.
Yeah.
To show out, let's go, because I'm gonna be watching, because I'm gonna remember. Literally, we were sitting there. It was me, Denny, Tesh, and Taylor, and Taylor's dog, Mabel. She was facing the TV. This was classic shit right here. The pick is in. We're all all right, here it goes. And they go, cornerback, da-da-da-da-da. Mabel literally gets up. She's facing TV on the couch, right? Gets up, does the dog spin, faces the other way, curls up in that little bagel.
Went to bed.
The bagel shape, and goes... And I was like, holy shit. I can't believe that just happened.
It's because dogs feel the energy in the room.
Yeah, dude. So anyway, I mean, whatever, dude. Just
how did he like the Mac Jones pick?
Just do well. Taylor went nuts.
Taylor's a Patriots fan. He's been a Patriots fan because he went to what's that? Elementary school.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I went to public school. I don't know.
What the fuck ever. But they were the Patriots when he was in elementary school, and he saw the Patriots on TV. He was like, "Oh, I like them," and that's how he's a Patriots fan.
And Taylor, one thing y'all need to know about him, he's a loyal person.
Yeah.
So this man says he likes you or loves you, and that's it. There it is. And so he is a diehard Patriots fan.
Well, he's very honest too. If he tells you he doesn't like you,
he's for sure. And I can tell you right now, the most upset I saw him watching football was when that dude for the Giants caught it off his fucking helmet in that Super Bowl, and the Giants won.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I was at Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
07.
Dude. Yeah.
David Tyree.
I was at Patrick Harris's apartment in Clear Run, and because I just came back, and I'm living with my parents, and so was Taylor, so we would go over there so we could get out and drink, and we're watching that Super Bowl, and dude. Man, I've just never seen somebody so upset over a game. And I've seen a lot of people, I live with, Denny's a very passionate Duke player. But that night, Taylor went on to a different level, dude. Because that was one of the greatest Super Bowls, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yep. So that's probably the most jacked I've ever seen him or heard. Because I think he watched it by himself.
Oh, yeah.
When they came back against the Falcons 28-3.
Yes, he did.
Because we were all at Dave's.
He stopped watching it with people because he got too emotional.
He got too much. So every time the Patriots play a big game, he watches it by himself now. But he watched that Super. We all went to Dave's house, David Coleman's, and watched that the Falcons Patriots game. He watched it by himself, and he was sending us hey tells, dude. I've never heard a man go from so pissed
Yeah.
to so happy. Like, the range of emotions was just incredible scale.
Yeah. So that was a great comeback Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And the common denominator here is Tom Brady. He was in both of them.
Go figure.
But Eli could sit there and say, hey, I beat him twice.
It's so crazy, that fucking dweeb.
Fucking Eli.
Eli Manning.
Yeah, dude. Like, you hear Manning, you think Peyton. Automatic.
Peyton's so funny.
Like, who the fuck's Eli? Oh, it's the guy who beat Tom Brady twice. What? Everybody's shocked when you say it.
Shocked.
And it's like, we all know it still, but you say it out loud, and it's still like, well,
that's even why. It's like, David Tyree doesn't make that catch. Brady would have eight rings.
Yeah, I'd be interested. All right, so we have a listener from Manhattan. I don't know if he's a Giants fan or not.
Yeah.
If he is listening, if you're pissed, let us know.
Giants or Jets?
Yeah, what's the deal up there?
What's the deal?
And then, like, tell us what's the deal with that field. Damn. Anyway.
One last little tidbit about the Panthers.
Yep.
If they don't win the final game of the season last year against the Redskins, they have a higher draft pick where they could have got Kyle Pitts, stud tight end from Florida.
Yeah.
Instead, division rivals draft him, and now they get to play against him twice a year.
Hey, speaking of tight ends, is there any
I meant to go back. Yeah,
validity for the
yeah, another tidbit on the Jags.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow has requested a tryout with the Jaguars as a tight end. Should have made the transition 6 years ago. He'd still be playing, Bubba.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, his pride got in the way. Like, dude, if he reads, I mean, I'm not taking away from his faith. I'm just saying, you're a Christian, right? Pride comes before the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So this man was like, I'm a quarterback. I'm only a quarterback, right? He would not, like, all of us, I remember us all saying he could play tight end.
Dominate.
No problem.
He could be that, what's his fucking name in New Orleans? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We talked about it last night because I was like, that's who he could be.
Yeah.
God, who is that dude's name?
I cannot believe I'm blinking on this. Number 7.
We'll figure it out. It'll come back to you at some point in this broadcast. But
Tice.
What? Nah, let it go. It'll come back.
Yeah.
But anyway, my thing is, like, he could have done that. He was a lot healthier, a lot younger, a lot more spry, and he could have just
and a football genius. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's arguably the best college football player ever.
And I like the guy. I respect the guy.
Yeah, I love Tebow.
My thing is, man, hey, dude, when coach says, I don't think you're good enough to be the starter, all you should say in response is, yes, sir, and like,
what should I do to become a starter on this team?
Exactly. And in the meantime, where can I play? You'd fit great here. And dude, and then eventually, and this is what I told Tony at work. I was like, look, man, what if what's his face gets hurt? You got Tim Tebow over there. You can throw that guy in there.
For real.
A little wildcat action. Like,
yeah.
I just wish he would have done it sooner, and it's just one of them things.
Yeah, me too.
You know? Because it would have been fun to watch.
Funny little side note on that. Nick Rowe, who is one of my older brother's best friends, who I know personally. He lives in Jacksonville. He is part owner of the Jacksonville Icemen. It's a minor league hockey team. And Tim Tebow is also part owner.
I like the name.
Yeah. I was talking to Nick. I'm going to mention to him. I'm going to get him on here and interview him as a sports team owner. Him and his brother Marcus went in on.
That'd be great, dude. I'd love to know the ins and outs.
And Nick is funny as shit.
Hell yeah.
He's funny as shit. But I mentioned last night, I said, hey, what's the deal with your biz partner trying out for the Jags as a tight end?
Mm-hmm.
He said, don't know. Keep you posted.
Damn. So that, hey. It'll be good for the Iceman.
It would be good for the Iceman. They put out a nice little video with Trevor Lawrence last night. Come to the rink.
Yeah, I bet he'll go.
We got skates. But anyway, the NFL draft resumes tonight. I'm really anxious to see where Elijah Moore goes. Because, I don't know. I like him. Either way, let's finish it off. This weekend, the Fancy Hats and the Bourbon return to Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Derby is Saturday. It kicks off promptly at 6:57 p.m. The sounds of the guns will blast, and then the horses will take off. And them tiny little Lego men on them bitches will be holding on.
Hey, yeah.
Jockeys are the funniest.
First off, that was well done. And second, yes, they are. They're like the littlest people up there. They weigh like, 100 pounds?
Dude, they're like 120 pounds.
Yeah, on top of that horse, just beating the shit out of them with that little stick.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, dude, that horse would fuck you up,
It's
dude.
not beating. Well, the horse, like, yeah.
It's a joke, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a rapid motion.
Fall back, Peter. Fall the fuck back. But,
Dude, that
God
horse doesn't
damn.
even feel it, dude. Let's
No,
be real.
fuck no. And they love it, dude. Like, those horses are obviously thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
And they're bred to do that. And listen, if you think that's abuse, you're sad. Them motherfucking horses probably live a better life than your miserable ass thinking that it's abuse.
That's a fact.
Fact. Them things are taken care of,
Taken
son.
care of. They eat well. They get
Oh, my
bathed.
God. They get the best of everything.
I mean, dude, and then they're like, well, what about afterwards, dude? Let me tell you something. It's just like dogs. There are plenty of people out there that adopt horses. Like,
dude, they probably go to these like incredible free range farms.
I'm just telling you. Yes, okay, there are bad apples in every group, right?
Yeah.
But like, dude, there are people that, you know, wealthy people that can afford it or have land. They take care of these things. Like, dude, I did a commercial one time for a bank. I can't even remember what bank it was, but it was a place that literally took old thoroughbreds.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they had like 25 of them in there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
People love horses, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. And it's like therapy for like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for certain people and all that kind of stuff. So
Back to the jockeys, though.
yeah, but back to the jockeys. Yeah.
How the fuck do you find, like, I guess, are you born and you're like, well, shit, I'm not going to break 5'1", so I'll be a jockey.
That's you know what? That's what I've always
Where do you
wondered.
find them?
It's like, dude, okay, so horse racing to me, that is like people like, oh, golf's a rich person sport. Horse racing is a rich person sport.
100%.
Like, you
I'm
got to
sorry.
be.
If you're like, oh, I rode horses growing up, it's like, oh, well, your fucking mom and dad were rich.
Oh, unless you sit there and say, yeah, I rode horse to
Gross.
check on the cattle and, you know, this, that, and the other. I hear you.
Yeah, then it's like, oh, you're a working man.
Yeah, you're a working man, and like, you know, whatever, dude. Everything fluctuates on your farmland, but I concur. Like, if you're dealing with horses like that, so I'm always like, and then I'm sitting there thinking, like, do people, like, is it just like these people work on these farms, and it's just the workers there just breeding little jockeys? Because they're no, seriously, they're always from like somewhere else.
Yeah, they are. Most of the time they are foreign,
Yeah.
but you know what else they are? The happiest little men in all the land.
Would you be?
They're just, and they love the horse too. They have such like a relationship with it's like really cool to see. But dude, them little things on top of that horse, when them horses are hauling ass, and they're just up there, bing, 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 bing.
Dude, I guarantee. I'm telling you, I guarantee it's just some. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. That's all I gotta say. Of like,
There's a jockey school and shit.
Well, jockey schools, yeah, but then it's almost like, dude, there's just families of jockeys, and so like they just breed small.
Nah, you're probably right.
I mean, why wouldn't you though?
Well, and if
Like,
you
hey,
think,
here's
like,
how we're gonna make a living.
So,
Our
like, down
family's gonna
there-
be good at riding horses.
right? Because a lot of them are like of Hispanic descent, right?
Yeah.
So Mexico, Colombia, Dominican, like all that stuff down there.
Yeah, all
Like there's horses everywhere
Mhm.
down there. They still use horses for work and all that
Yeah.
shit, like you were saying. And so like you're like, wow, this kid's tiny as shit, and he knows how to ride the fuck out of that horse. He's a jockey.
Yeah.
Like, is that how it happens?
I think it would have to be, and or like I said, if you work or you, so I don't know.
It's just crazy.
That's something somebody can dig up for us. Like, I just want to know, how the hell do they scout these jockeys? You know what I mean?
They're just so funny looking.
Anyway,
And then when you win, right, the big like bouquet of roses, the wreath of roses.
yeah,
Don't put it around the jockey's neck; he'll fall over.
you damn right. But it is kind of cool. It's like they got this big ass horse, this little ass person,
Yep.
and they're like a team.
Yeah.
And so that jockey has to love that horse. They have to have a relationship.
That horse has to love that jockey.
That'd be interesting to interview a jockey. Like, how the hell did you get into jockeying?
Yeah. Tell me.
Like, what's up with that? Like, and do those helmets really protect you? I don't think they do. I just don't.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, I'm fucking around. They just look like little.
It's not enough protection.
It just looks like a little fucking. I don't even know.
Well, and you'd feel bad when them little guys gets tossed,
Well, dude, if they get tossed and they get
tuck and roll, son.
and get trampled, fuck
Oh,
that. Yeah,
bad.
hell yeah, I feel bad for them.
Or how about this? How about the jockeys that ride in the little wagons behind the horses? You seen them races?
Dude.
Like a rickshaw?
Oh my god.
That's for another day. But
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead in one of them things. man.
hell no, dude. I'm saying I seen them things tip over, man. Like them motherfuckers. And you're strapped in, like you fucking hold on, dude.
Not to mention, dude, it's a fucking animal. If it decides, fuck this, I'm done, and it wants to go right instead of this constant left thing,
It will.
dude, and you're sitting there. I mean, you better have a fucking eject thing, or like you just pull the plug on it, like.
Yeah. Hey, unhook the trailer, please.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
shit.
Oh god.
God, that shit is so funny.
Love that.
But anyway, if you bet on horses, I don't have any fucking idea how that works. how betting on horses works, but there's like, because you can do all sorts of different things.
Yeah, dude.
But you researched some picks, right?
Yeah, I researched some picks, but to be honest, we can go through. I mean, obviously, you can bet on a horse to win, which is first place.
That's all we're gonna talk about here. Because
I'm just saying, place is second place, show is third.
Yeah.
Right, and then you could do like, an exacta or an exacta box.
Exactly. I have no idea what that means.
Well, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh.
So an exacta, you could bet on horse A, B, and C in that exact order, and if you win that, your odds, it's just like a parlay.
Correct. Okay, right? But that's an exact.
Duh.
Okay.
Now, if you do an exacta box,
okay,
that means you pick 3 horses, and if you're just betting on those 3 to win, place, or show, the order doesn't matter.
But all 3 have to win, place, and show.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the order though. Okay.
So I mean, it's just like parlaying,
and
then you could do shit. You could do fucking.
But that's so hard. That's not even a parlay, because like a parlay doesn't have to happen in order. It just has to happen. This is like a parlay mixed with a fucking slot machine.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I wouldn't know. I took my picks banked based on the names of the horses. So you give me yours based on your research.
Well, based on what I got so far. Based on what I got so far, let me get to.
I'll put it on the sheet.
So, Hot Rod Charlie, who also your little brother, is that not who he's going for?
Yeah, because Hot Rod is his favorite movie.
Yeah. So, Hot Rod Charlie, man, he's on the radar, and like you can go online and obviously research like what expert picks are and this, that, and the other. But he just recently lost to this other horse that hasn't lost yet, called Essential Quality. Okay, or not recently, but it's a revenge match. Right, so obviously there's been some studying. People know what's going on, right?
The odds on Hot Rod Charlie are plus 700.
Yep,
that is third,
and that's just straight up winning the race.
Yep.
So that's just winning outright. Okay.
Yep.
So plus 700. So for people that don't know what that is, you put $1 down.
You win. Bet 100, win 700.
Yeah. So there you go. So Essential Quality is plus 275. All right.
That's the favorite, right?
Yeah. As of right now,
odds-wise.
Yeah. So basically, like what the experts were saying, that it's just steady Eddie. Like, doesn't make mistakes. Like, no matter the track, what style of track it is, it's rocking and rolling.
Essentially, he has quality fundamentals.
Yeah, sums that up. After him is Rock Your World. Okay. He hasn't lost either. And they said his cruising speed is really what sets him apart. Okay. And that's good. Okay, because they said, he has acceleration, but it's when he hits that cruising and just can keep nudging
it's a mile,
the needle.
Right?
What?
Is it a mile?
Shit, I think so, or something like that.
Something like that, 1.2 or something.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that's important in this, because if you can just slowly keep increasing your rate of speed, I mean, god dang, that's what this is all about.
Well, cruising speed would be the same speed.
Well,
that is maintaining top speed for longer than the other horses.
Yeah, but I'm saying your acceleration is good.
You just got to make sure someone doesn't have a quality where they can just burst.
And but if they can burst, and it's like a shooting star.
Yeah,
gone. This dude they said acceleration was decent, but the cruising speed, that means his ass will start off a little behind and then.
Steady,
and it's like, and then you're sitting there screaming, "Come on, you son of a bitch!"
Yeah, and you got all your your bet book rolled up like an old newspaper.
Yeah,
you're slapping the shit out.
It's hell yeah.
The videos of people at the racetracks, nuts. I don't think I ever want to go, because it's like,
what, dude? That's on my bucket list.
No,
the Kentucky Derby,
sports,
the Kentucky Derby. That's
fine.
a bucket list.
And like there was Foxfields was the horse race up in Virginia that fraternities and sororities used to go to.
Yeah,
I never went. My brother went, but it's like the same thing down that they have in South Carolina. What the fuck is that shit? You know about?
Yeah, I do, but
whatever the hell that's called.
Yeah.
Where you basically just wear fancy clothes and just go get hammered. And you don't even fucking see a horse race.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to do that. I want to actually sit in the fucking grandstand.
Yeah, I want to
like have the amount of money where you can sit right there.
You're damn right, and then be
betting
on it for real.
That's just expensive to get in there.
And so anyway, I think I'm gonna pick the Rock Your World. Okay.
Okay, Rock Your World is plus 475. He has the second best odds.
Okay, so I would pick. So you can also pick. You could pick like betting on what comes in first and second.
Mm-hmm.
So I would flip flop like that.
Rocky World and Essential Quality?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Each time, and I'd pick, obviously, Essential Quality by itself, Rocky World. And I would do the Exacto box with him and those two and Hot Rod Charlie.
Okay.
And here's a wild card, though, for you that a lot of these experts that I've noticed, it's high up on their lists.
Hit me with him.
Highly motivated.
Highly motivated. Now, like, if you're, this is how I took it, which I'll get to in a second. I saw the name Highly Motivated. And I said, that's going to be my honorable mention pick.
Mm.
You have to have faith in a guy that's highly motivated.
Yeah.
You hope he gets the job done right, but at least he's motivated to do it.
Yeah. I mean, and then you know right off the bat, like, dude, he didn't skimp on practice. He was out there.
Out there. My top 5.
Yep.
Like the King.
Mm.
Just a strong name.
Yep.
Pretty good. His odds are plus 6,000. So he's like picked to finish last, which is not the King.
Mm.
The next one, Soup and Sandwich.
I like that.
That's a great horse name. What kind of sandwich do you think it is?
Probably something fancy that I can't pronounce.
The soup's probably salty. Horses like salt.
Mm.
Hot Rod Charlie is on there.
There you go.
This horse is plus 5,000 odds, and his name is Hidden Stash. So if you put money on this man, you could have a hidden stash for yourself.
For real.
If he wins.
Yeah, that might be I might have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, how can you not sprinkle some money on these horses? And then my final one is Midnight Bourbon, which just like, those of you out there who have ever had a super long fucking day and you've dealt with all the shit, I mean, anything, doesn't matter. Who cares? And you pour a whiskey or a bourbon on, and no one's around you, and you sit there and it's late at night and you just stare. I don't care if it's on your front porch, whatever, and sip that bourbon. There's something about it.
Yeah.
There's something about that whole thing that just, life's all right.
Yeah.
Deal with the shit. Like
yeah, that's what I was. That's the feeling I get. Like, you pour your glass, you sip that thing, and it's like, be a fucking man.
And then
you know what I mean? Like,
because you know the first sip,
quit
right?
complaining.
You get the little shakes.
Yeah.
The fucking hair stands up on you. You're like, oh yeah, I am alive. Like, today didn't kill me.
For sure. I feel like if you drank bourbon like that, you should have a horse. Like, I think that gonna like I
drink bourbon like that. I certainly don't want a horse.
Yeah. Well, I just think like, if I had a horse and had like a ranch somewhere, I'd have my horses. They'd be out there, and I'd have me a glass of bourbon, watching the sunset.
What color horse would you have if you were like back in the Western days?
What color?
Yeah. Would you go all white like George Washington, or would you go all black like some fucking outlaws?
I'll be honest with you. For me, it would be when I walk through the stable and I'm buying one, which one connected with me.
That's how I am too. I wouldn't give a shit what it looked like. I picked my dog Reese. She was cute. Mm-hmm. She had 2 sisters that were her color, but they were black, and they were crazy assholes. Reese was chilling, and she ran right up to me. I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, my dog Ace, the Jack Russell Terrier. Rest in peace to Ace. Okay,
17-year-old.
17 years I had this Jack Russell. I got him when I was 10 years old. Okay, this guy was the runt of the litter. All right, because my buddy Cam, they bred Jack Russells, and we went over there, and like all these other little ones were going ape shit, and then little Ace was sitting over there by itself, just kind of whatever, and kind of like came towards me, stopped, and then like I like reached out to it, and he like came up to me and was like real gentle, and the other ones were jumping over each other and doing all that, and I was like, this guy,
yep,
fuck yeah. And Ace was a wise old man. This dude lived 17 years old, was blind and deaf, but remembered the steps in the house because we lived in our 1-story house, right? So he could manage it. So he knew where everything was.
Did he pass away before you guys moved to the new house?
And right before we sold, he passed away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
but dude, it's like, it's just one of the things like life, the timing in life. You know, it's like, all right, we're leaving this house.
Well, like Ace is a staple. Like I like pulling up to your house in high school.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of was, where's Ace Hound?
Don't hit him.
You got to see, don't hit him.
Yeah.
Because he'll be, and he was great. He never left the yard because of the wireless fence or whatever.
Yeah.
But he'd still come running out there. And he'd hop out and he'd say, what's up to you? And then he was like Stewie.
Yeah, dude.
His little footstep.
He was smart. He's like Reese. Like, he knew like perfect English. You could do like full sentences.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know?
But anyway, back to the horses.
Yeah.
So yeah, hidden stash. But no, in all fairness, I like that Hot Rod Charlie. There was another one. What was the one that was plus 1,200? The Highly Motivated was plus 1,200. That was the sleeper, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, so that's what I'll go with. But anyways, the Kentucky Derby Saturday night, 6:57 p.m. If you want to tune in. NFL Draft tonight and tomorrow night. It finishes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the fuck they do the schedule now, but
I don't either. And
after the second round, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I just care when the season starts and I start gambling on all that kind of stuff.
That's true, but this is nice to kind of see.
No, it's great stuff. I like seeing people who work their ass off get to the top. But
Tottenham blew it.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all I'm going to touch on that.
That sucked.
We have a great show planned for you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Just know it's going to be awesome. A little on the longer side, but you're going to want to hear it.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see you then.
Yep. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little bit.
Yeah, hope you learned a little bit. Bet on some horses. Why not? It's fun. And grab you a cold one and enjoy your weekend. It's Friday. Hey-o.
Peace.